Hello everyone, and welcome back to the glorious preschool parking lot, and one of the few locations where I am sitting and waiting and have free time to do some video recording. It's been an incredibly busy day today. I had 3 auditions that all were crammed into the 2 hours while the little princess is in school. So I'm a little bit, I'm a lot wiped out right now. It was super hectic. It was really fun. And they were all video auditions. So it's one of those things where, in fact, let's do a video. Let's make this video about video auditions. Ta-da! It don't make sense, right? I've been doing a lot more, working a lot more, doing more extra work and stuff like that, and trying to pick up some roles. Doing some auditioning. I've been auditioning for some really big roles, but then also just some commercial work and stuff like that. So today, all 3 of the roles that I applied for today were commercial work. And all 3 of them were actually filmed at home using basic equipment. So let's go over the top 10 biggest points to remember if you're doing an audition at home. Oh my goodness, good if I can talk. Good if I can talk. I'm really tired. I've memorized a lot of scripts today, and now I'm having a hard time getting my brain to function. It's like shut down. So one of the biggest things are the technical aspects. Unlike YouTube, where you can film in the parking lot at the preschool using my fantastic phone and all that good stuff. Actually, there's nothing, it's just my phone. I'm just literally just holding my phone up and talking to you on the phone. I'm like that technical right now. At home, when I'm doing an audition, I actually, one of the really important things are having the right equipment. You need a tripod. You do not want to be sitting and holding a phone. You want to actually have a tripod set up. You want to have lights set up. You want to have a camera that can actually make you, you're not like you want a high def camera. And you want your sound to be really good. So if you do not have a camera that has a good mic on it, you're going to want to get like a lapel mic or something that can get good quality sound. Because if they can't hear you, they're just going to turn off the audition and you're done. That's it. They won't get past the first 5 seconds. Second thing is appearance. You want to have, this is not, you're not going to dress for the role. Like one of the roles I applied for today was for a monster commercial. I'm the mother of monsters, literally the mother of monsters. But I would not, put on monster makeup and do the whole black hair with the white Frankenstein. I wouldn't do that because it's incredibly distracting. You just want to be yourself and let them decide. Also, you need to check what you're wearing. I usually wear a simple black tank top because I don't want my clothing to take away. You definitely don't want to wear anything loud, anything that's going to draw attention away from your audition, from what you're saying, from your characterization. So, and your background, you don't want anything loud in the background, no TVs, no kids running around screaming. You want to be in a quiet place. You want to have, I usually hang a sheet behind me, and it's all one solid color. So I have a nice solid background, and then I have a solid shirt that complements the background. It just, does not draw attention. They're not both black. I use a maroon colored sheet and then a black shirt, and I am, outlined in front of the sheet, but they're not clashing colors, and they're not distracting from my performance. 3 would be performance, obviously. Third point, you're acting. You need to try to do, follow the script, memorize the script, learn the script. If you cannot memorize the script because it's so large that you cannot do the whole thing, just do your best. Like, if it's better for you to read right off from the script they give you than to be inserting random words into the script and totally flubbing up whatever the director really wants you to sound like, or to what he really wants the script to be. So don't insert words. Don't, you know, add to the script. Read what it is. Memorize what it is. If you can't memorize it, just read it. Don't add anything to it. Number 4 would be actually having the script in your hands. That's actually one of the recommendations. Even if you've got everything memorized, keep the script in your hand. It's just a subtle cue to the director that you can be adaptable, that he could give you a suggestion and you can change it, that you're not totally stuck on that performance, that you can be malleable. Number 5, don't slate. That's an easy one. They always tell you don't slate, especially, I mean, slates are great in the field, in the industry. Don't do it at home. It's just tacky and distracting. Follow any instructions. That's number 6. Follow instructions, any instructions they give you. If they want you to, like, perform, you know, any sort of appearance, you know, anything that you just want to do what the director wants. So if they give you any specific instructions, wear this, do your hair like this, whatever, then just do it, because you're basically a slave to the camera. As far as a reader goes, if you have a role where you're doing back and forth, I had a really big audition on Friday, where I required a reader. And they will read and then I respond. If you do need a reader, keep them out of the camera. They are not supposed to be in the camera. You want to keep them as close to the camera as possible, but not in the frame. You want their voice to be heard, but you do not want them to overpower your voice. Your voice needs to be clear. You can have a male or a female reader. It doesn't really matter. If you can't get the gender of the character that you're supposed to be interacting with, just do the best you can. All you really need is just a voice to be feeding you the line that comes first, and then you respond to it. If they can't act worth a dang, that's fine. It doesn't matter. I mean, they can read totally monotone and it's fine, as long as you can respond and react and act, you know, your parts. What am I on? How many is that? 6, 7, 7, 8. 8's framing. If you have, when you're sitting in audition, you want to have your chest. So you want to have, you'd probably want to have like about, imagine from like your belly button to like just a little bit over your head. Which is another reason why you do not want to use a phone, because if you're using a phone, you're never going to be able to get that distance unless you have extremely long arms. So, or I guess a selfie stick or something would work, but you don't do a selfie stick, because you can see how wobbly my hand is just holding this phone and the video is jumping around. That is so tacky, and you do not want to do that in an actual audition. That would be so bad. Just don't do it. Just don't. As far as, okay, so framing, number 9, sitting or standing. Sitting's preferable because they don't want you moving around. You need to stay centered in the frame. So, and you don't want any distractions. You don't want any fancy stuff. No sunglasses. You know, I wear sunglasses all the time, especially if I'm driving. No sunglasses, no flashy, gaudy jewelry, no crazy makeup, no crazy facial piercings, like nothing that's going to distract from your performance, unless that's one of the instructions they gave you. Then just don't do anything like that. Just, you know, frame yourself, sit so you're not moving around, you're not tempted to like run around. Try not to use your hands unless it's required, unless it's acting. Like if you talk with your, like, see, I'm talking with my hands right now. If you talk with your hands in an acting role, you need to be, it's got to be acting. It can't be you just doing this, because that's just gonna, just fluttery hands, jazz hands, all that kind of stuff is just distracting. if they give you, like with this big role I just had on Friday, they actually gave me 2 different scenes from 2 different parts of the film. And so if they do give you 2 different scenes, film them at separate times. So you're going to film your first scene. You're going to do the scene, you know, like whatever the part is, you're going to act out that scene. Stop your camera. Start it again for the second scene after you've collected yourself and put yourself into the frame of mind. The reason to do this is because it's going to be really hard for you to, when you're actually recording a film, you're going to change. There's going to be a pause while they're setting up the next scene. You're not going to be instantly flashing from one scene to the other. In a live audition, they may require you to flash from one to the other, and it can be really challenging. So you do need to have the ability to do that. But when you're doing a film at home audition, you have the ability to stop the camera and reset your character to whatever the new scene is going to be. So if you're doing Cabin in the Woods and you're like dying, screaming monsters are coming everywhere, blah, 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 blah. And then the very next scene that they want you to portray is everybody's just arriving and we're all happy and we're all giggly and oh my goodness, so-and-so is just in a bra. You know, that transition from the screaming hysterical to the comedic scene is really difficult to do just on a split. You want to be able to do it because it's going to be necessary for you to do that. But if you really want to give it the most emotional charge that you can, you really want to pause the camera and collect that character, you know, collect whatever emotion you're wanting to portray, and then start the camera again with that new energy, and you can give the performance a lot more power. So there's your 10 tips for auditioning at home. And I appreciate you all. I love you all. You're all fantastic. I can't even believe how much this channel has grown. Oh my gosh, you guys, you are amazing. And it makes my day knowing that there's somebody out there who cares. I know that sounds so lame, but it's true. There's people out there who care. There's people out there who want to hear, who want to be a part of my life. And that means a lot. So you're all amazing. I just love y'all to pieces. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in my next video.